out how to use Twitch competently, which I've already said I'll do a couple times, so maybe I'm full of shit. Hey, we're live! Hey, everybody. I'm not full of shit. Hello, welcome to the Sunken World Saga. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition actual play live stream, where we play with 4 different groups of characters, because there are 8 players with 2 characters each. Tonight we return to the Thorns, one of those 4 groups, and I'm going to have my 4 players introduce themselves, their characters, and their character's class. We are going to start with Sybil.
I just love the favoritism. I always start. Anyway, my name's Emmy, and I play Sybil Erickson, one of the half-elf children, and I'm a bard. I play the bard.
Okay, and then we have Sebastian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I play Sebastian, the rogue and eldest brother of the Ericksons, and I'm a rogue because of my roguish good looks and my brotherly charm.
I mean, we do have your token, so people will see that your roguish good looks are very apparent.
Yes.
And then we have Stevia.
I'm Zach Carman. I play Stevia Carnon, a Goliath fighter. I finally found the character voice for.
And
Oh, I love it.
Get along, little doggies.
we have Stevia. The good thing about me being American and from the cross-section point of America that we are is that there's southern accents all over this world. So it's very natural for anyone from any place to have that voice. And it sounds like we have our person who I intended to have go first, so there's no favoritism at all, is Soren.
Hi, I'm Logan. I play Thorin, the youngest of the Erickson siblings. I'm a cleric. I'm baby.
All right, there is our introduction. So the Thorns are a group of is a secretive order dedicated to protecting the natural world and the natural order. Our Thorns operate mainly out of a headquarters in the swamps of Zashan, the oldest place that can be considered the oldest, because in some form or another it has existed for thousands of years. The Thorns recently suffered a bit of a setback in trying to retrieve a higher-up in their organization who had gone missing. Unfortunately, they found that he was willingly working with a group that resurrected a vengeful ancient deity. Resurrected is the wrong word. Freed from some type of imprisonment. One of our Thorns, Stevia, managed to find a hammer that seems from the artwork to have been important in imprisoning this woman, Naya, a goddess of vengeance. The Thorns decided that rather than pursue Estefar, the higher-up who they had been sent to retrieve, they were going to return to their headquarters in the swamps to report on what had been going on. After a few days of travel, they came to the swamp where they saw a man who Stevia took a shine to. Good-looking man dressed as a monk who was struggling to get his donkey out of some mud. After helping him, it seems that all of the commotion rustled up a group of shamblers, the bodies of the dead who had fallen in the swamp. The fight that ensued seemed like it was going to be quick work, but a troll soon emerged from the murky waters, and the fight grew a little more complicated, but not ultimately anything that our adventurers couldn't handle. The fight over, we return to actually playing. Dungeons & Dragons starts now.
Alright, so the fight is like the last guy's still falling, dying on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had somebody say something, but...
There were so many dead guys. Ugh.
Are you okay?
That thing is so gross.
How many
It's
times
gross,
have we
right?
How many times have we come through this area?
I've never been here. Have I been here? I've never been here.
You have been here.
Fuck. I've been here.
Do you
I'm gonna guess 7 to 13. Is that right?
I mean, yes, we can say.
Why aren't you used to this yet?
No, I meant the troll is gross. I've never seen that thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yes,
I agree on that.
am being agree. That was a very strange sight. You all handled yourself well.
Thanks.
You handled yourself well too.
Yeah, you really.
You did.
You got a hell of a swing.
Oh, thank you. It is all in the shoulders.
Yes, it is.
I wonder if you all require any more aid in making your way through this marsh. The light of my god would surely protect us.
No.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
We've done this a lot.
He could come with us if he wants to.
What are you talking about?
No, we're not going anywhere. We actually came to the swamp to live here.
I myself have a destination, Lady Stevia, was it?
Yeah, that's me.
I myself have a destination, as I've told you before, but I appreciate the offer.
Okay, well, message me, you know.
Perhaps you could write me on the front and I could send a letter in response. I am unfortunately being sent to fight. I will not have much time to use my spellcasting abilities for personal reasons.
What's the fight?
The tribes of the Tajistrian steppe, the surrounding nations ask for the aid of other states, other powers of our world to ensure that they do not cause trouble. They're formidable. So, the Ryoth has decided that he will ensure that we are not left out of that effort.
Okay, cool. We should get heading off.
Very well. It was pleasant to have met you.
Yes, indeed. I'll be riding you.
All right. Very well.
Oh, I have one question. Where are you headed? You
South.
can just point.
Do we know his name also?
He points south. You do know his name. His name is Vikar.
Vikar.
And Ben, can you highlight on the screen where the camp is hidden? To what direction?
Your headquarters is up here,
Mm-hmm.
way in the top left corner. He points down here.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Very well. Drake!
And he goes to his saddle and pulls out what looks like a bottle of wine. And he takes it to Soren, just because Soren's the closest. Hands it out.
Here, for Euro's assistant in helping to free Drake when he was being stuck in the mud. And for ensuring that I did not fall against these mighty foes scattered around us.
Absolutely. May our paths cross again.
May they. Very well.
And he and Drake slowly walk off.
Does anything we killed look edible?
Not really. I think that you know that the shamblers are like if you consume them, you will be sick for weeks, if not outright poisoned.
Okay.
Yes, I had no intention of eating the living dead. I go up to my sister and I say, maybe we should go this way, around about,
Yeah, we should. I agree.
just in case he comes back around.
Yeah.
Vikar pokes his head back up and says, "Oh, are you all interested in learning more about my backstory? Hey, where are you going?" Not really. Not really. Rock,
We have
stop
zero
it.
interest in backstories. We listen
only
to no stories.
Well, I do like stories.
Well, we should commit to it. No
Yeah, we hate
stories.
stories.
Fuck stories.
Okay,
Puppets
so
are dead to me.
Speed run.
you all go the long way around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you fight a bunch of shamblers, and these ones have a bunch of ranged weapons.
Whoa.
Not really. You all come towards a section where the marsh sort of just becomes like what you recognize as like packed mud for the express purpose of advancement. Like it is placed out to look like it is uneven and unsafe to walk across, but you know that it is specifically maintained so that you all can walk across it. And you do come to this large thicket where these trees that look like trees that are in this region, but if you get close enough and inspect them, are actually largely, put there, are an invasive species on purpose. You find the path through them that a normal eye would not. And in the distance, you see the Anebab, the massive tree jutting out of the ground that is about a half a mile thick.
Wow.
But at the present, you are at this point, the entryway. I request that you all do move your tokens about, even though I know that I am literally giving you rails because there's one way forward.
I climb through this thicket.
All right, make an acrobatics check.
I'm never comfortable. I know we know this is fine to go through, but I just am never comfortable going through this mud. I guess
Would you want me to carry you?
I think the acrobatics was for thicket.
Yeah, no, I was just joking.
I was just playing rolling.
Well, let's see what mine was. Oh, fuck.
Come on, Soren, get a 6.
I mean, I'll carry you if you want.
No.
Soren
No,
needs to pull up his character sheet before he can do anything.
I really don't want. I'm gonna go ahead.
Dang it!
Nice.
Why did you do that? You ruined it. Sybil specifically, she walks a step or two behind, but next to Sebastian.
Okay. And you all come closer, and as you do, you can see the Enebab is always in a constant state of growth. It is just so slight that you can almost... basically, you all ignore it, because it's just... If you can just faintly hear a creaking as you approach, and you know it to be the ever-present growth of the Enebab.
My therapist says that I should be more like the Anabob in a constant state of growth, but I find that hard. Anyways, I'll keep walking.
Sebastian, I believe, saying something that cannot be canonical, as he said the other week that he's never talked with anyone about his problems.
Oh yeah.
And we literally told you to go to a specific member to talk about your problem.
Oh yeah. No, what I was saying was I think that that's what they will say to me when I talk to them because I listen to my siblings, and I've been trying to live in the now, so I'm envisioning what that'll be like. You know what I mean? I guess I'm living in the later. I'm not living in the yesterday.
You're
Like, I
living
don't
in the future?
Yeah, I'm living in the I'm where we're going. We don't need mud roads. Anyways, I'll keep walking.
Okay, and you all
My catchphrase.
come to the sort of natural steps of hardened mud, and you see in front of you the Enabab. Suddenly, it seems like it's twisting, like someone is taking it like the ends of a rope and turning it in their hands opposite directions. And in this movement, you just see part of the trunk split open so that there is a opening that is about 10 feet high, but only about 4 feet wide. Stevia, you can fit through, but you have to kind of turn just to be conscious of the entry. And you find yourselves in the landing of the Enabab. That's the wrong thing.
Complete darkness.
Is it dark?
Mine is black. If it's not,
It's dark.
Mine is absolutely black.
Oh, okay. I tried to do something and I didn't quite understand it, so let me...
It's hard to do. I hate doing it. So I just don't.
I tried to use dynamic lighting because I can describe... It's basically just you are inside of a tree. The floor is tree. The walls are tree. It is all sort of... like when you have a small branch and you can't quite break it because it's sort of rubbery and a little green on the inside? That is sort of the texture and look of the floor. And the walls are more like bark mixed with the inside of a tree. And you can actually see, because... what floats around you. There are just these little motes of green light that sort of hang and all sort of seem to fall around you from the ceiling. When they reach the ground, they just sort of sputter out, no longer casting light all around themselves. And they're small, they don't cast a lot of light. In fact, one of them does less than the cantrip light, but all of them together, this a natural process of the Enabab's life cycle, all of them together make up just about as much light as several lanterns would inside of a normal building. But you all know from your time, can you all see everything now?
no.
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 Gosh, okay. Let me go to the settings.
You reset it on the page.
Yeah. There is a... you should be
There we
able to
go.
see everything now. There is a series of doors. There's one door to your left. You know that it is where the command offices and your personal quarters are. There is the library and the training ground to your north. And there is the garden and the mess hall to your right. That is also where some of the administrative stuff is. So you all enter, and there's nobody with you. Nobody keeps you company as you enter.
Should we immediately find a superior to report to, or?
Yeah. Soren
I-
immediately walks to the command area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Sybil just says as she sees Soren walk ahead.
And you all go through the door, and there's a very long
hallway that sort of twists, and you know from your time here that it twists around the exterior of the tree. And there are actually, and you also know about this because you all have been here for some time, there are illusory windows that are in these sort of long oval shapes, like ovals turned on their side, so they're longer horizontally, through which you can see all of the outside, all of what would naturally be outside, so that you are not caught unawares by something sneaking through the marsh, in the case that that was ever going to happen. It's unlikely, of course, because, you know, it's very difficult to reach you here. But you pass each of your own rooms. An Enebob is only made to house about 30 thorns at a time, so there's not too many. And you come to your troop lead, the highest permanent fixture of any Enebob. You come to Phoebe's office. And the door is closed, and you can hear words on the other side.
I'm sorry, I just remembered that we said that Estefar really liked cottage cheese.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I just remembered I said that about him. Anyway, Phoebe, that was totally off topic. I understand.
You
Phoebe,
think we should get cottage cheese?
no, I think it was all for him. So it's just kind of like there's a huge cottage cheese supply waste now.
I mean, I'll eat it.
Okay, never mind. We're good.
Stevia will eat anything.
He took a spoon and he just went for it.
He tried to convince me to eat it when I first got here with applesauce, and that's even weirder.
Mm.
I don't eat it by itself. That's gross. But I'll smear it on some
He ate
fish
it by
people.
himself.
Yeah.
He ate it by itself, by himself, in a corner of the room.
Like out of a waffle cone, or just with the spoon.
A spoon.
With whatever he could get his hands on. Sometimes just his hands.
Mm.
Well, now I'm coming back around on it.
I mean, I do miss him. He did have that. That was like the one gross thing about him, but still.
I'm sorry, Ben.
It's okay. I mean, cottage cheese in this world is a very different thing, because I don't think it would conceptually be similar to our world's dairy products.
No cows?
There are cows. There are lots of cows, but
We just haven't unlocked the potential of cows yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you all have to
Start
level your
researching
cows
that
a little
tech.
bit. You can hear hushed voices on the other side of the door.
I have a question. Is she the highest in command at this like station of Enebob, or like?
Yes, she has overseen every stage of your training. Not like as personally as Estefar,
Okay.
but she was here when you all got recruited and has like given orders to everybody.
Okay. Maybe we knock. She seems like she's busy.
And is she older, younger? What do we know about her?
She is an elf. She's
Uh-huh.
a wood elf specifically, so her age is kind of a mystery to you.
Okay.
Because you guys are half high elf, I believe.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
to you all, wood elves are confusing because you just didn't grow up around them, so you don't really know if they have the same. I guess only one of you can make a nature check to see, or you know what, medicine check, because it's mortal biology, not animal biology.
Okay, I'm not that great at medicine, but like I have a
neither.
+3.
I have 5.
It sounds
so I
like
think
it could get-
I might know.
It could get a little racist pretty quick.
Let's go for it.
Go sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soren, you are aware that wood elves do not live as long as high elves, but she has the appearance of a woman in like her late 20s, which means she is probably past the 300 mark. And that's what you know.
Okay.
That's all he'll give us for right now. Sybil just sort of walks up to the door meekly and then taps, just a little knock, not very loud.
Who is it?
It's Sybil and Soren, and it's the Ericksons and Stevia.
Ah, enter.
Sybil opens the door.
And you all come to her personal quarters and office. She is speaking to a man you do not recognize, though he does bear the markings of the Thorns. The 3 personal, picked by each member, sort of maroon burgundy markings on the face. Phoebe, who you do recognize, has those same markings as well. She has what are basically like half fleur-de-lis on both cheeks, and then she has a small half circle where the opening is towards the bottom on her forehead.
Like
And
this man's hat.
he is wearing a nice hat. She turns and smiles at each of you and says, "Ah, welcome. It is good to see you, though I see that you do not have Estefar, and that is worrying. This is Judariah. He is a traveler. And you all know that in the Thorns, a traveler is essentially a esteemed position that has as much authority as a troop lead, but their role is basically to go between each Enebab when there is a necessity for like more effort being put in at each one. Like they don't have a permanent residence. They can be given one, but mostly they go around to like kind of fix problems when they arise.
Sybil curtsies.
Yeah, is there like a traditional Thorn greeting? Like
No.
a bow or a curtsy? Okay.
Sybil's just a little performer, so of course.
I do like a little like nod.
I think it's good that he's here then to... should we close the door?
Yes, please. Please close the door.
Whoever entered last probably closes the door. I'm going to continue. So, about Estefar, he's forsaken the Thorns. Sybil looks down at her feet.
Both of them have expressions of utter shock, and you see Judariah, this other man, he moves his hands and shapes his fingers in a few very distinct ways. And Phoebe says, "I did not wish to believe either. This is... be seated, if you like. Do you... Please tell us everything."
I'm going to sit where I think a chair is anyway.
Yeah, there are chairs anywhere on the table you decide there to be.
Okay. So when we went to... So we arrived, and I forget where we first arrived in. Did we arrive in Hallandor? Did I first stop?
No, you've been in Zashan your whole time.
Okay.
Suktra was the name of the city.
So we arrived in Suktra, and we met up with our contact, and then we got attacked, and then she said to follow this certain path out of the city, and we did, and we got to this temple surrounded by water, and these men wearing masks were our attackers, and because they believed in an old god named Naya, and when we went, we didn't kill. I don't know what to say. I got attacked by a giant like turtle whale thing. I don't know what happened. Sybil just puts her hands in her head, her head in her hands. I mean, and she.
It was
Sorry, what was that, Brian?
It was a very no. I was saying too. It was a very intense trip. We went through a lot.
We were led into a temple. I personally, I don't know if the others picked up on it. It seemed different, not quite of this world. As we descended, we found him in the back with the rest of the cultists, performing some kind of ritual, summoning. We can only assume she calls herself Naya.
I'll bring
shot her.
I'll bring a
She was
sheet of
barely
the
hurt.
lotus flower.
Yeah. Phoebe is just like everything that you all say seems to be coming as like a complete shock. Like genuinely, especially whenever you say the name Estefar, she is just bewildered at his involvement. And when you bring the petal up, she just sort of takes it in her hands and looks it over, and she's not saying much. Judariah walks over and sort of places a hand on her forearm, and then you see that he is doing more of those same hand movements, but slightly different, and she looks up and says, Was this inside or outside? This that you have here?
This was inside. This is where the god stepped out of.
This has been extinct for quite
Many
some
years.
time.
She was an old god.
And we found this too. I'm gonna hold up Batterer.
Can I take a look?
Sure. Hand it over.
Thank you. This is...
Is this stuff that Judah Friedlander is doing? Is it like sign language or is it?
It is sign language. I think I will
Thieves' Cant,
allow
is it?
you all to decide if it is not Thieves' Cant. I will allow
Okay.
you all to decide if your characters might know a little bit of the sign language that he is using.
No, I don't think I would.
I
think
don't.
Sybil knows very minimal, but it only in common.
Okay.
I think Soren would probably have picked up on some of it if Sybil learned it, and he's pretty wise.
I think Sebastian asked him out loud, "Is that Thieves' Cant?" Like he doesn't know either. No, I'm just kidding.
You actually, Soren and Sybil, you see he motions on her arm. You just see, perhaps it is related. The Silver Petal Forest.
What's
And-
related?
He motions, and you don't get what he is saying, but then you see Silver Petal and Forest again, and then Discovery. You see all of that. And Phoebe is still looking over Batterer.
Would I know anything about?
No, it doesn't sound familiar, what he's saying.
Okay.
Basically, after a few seconds, Phoebe, looking over Batterer, she hands it back and says, I sense that there is something that I cannot pull out of this. But I can tell that it is a powerful weapon, but it doesn't feel like anything to me. But at least you all got something out of the deal that you can perhaps use to bring Estefan back.
Yeah, I'll put it to good use.
I'm sure that you will.
Is there a chance it wasn't Estefar?
I would like
I
to
mean, when
believe...
we were in the town, there was a doppelganger problem.
We made that up.
Wait, what? Anyways, I gotta go to the garden.
You all watch her kind of like think for a moment to try to decide if she believes that it's Estefar, and she says, I do not know what value it would be for someone to take his face if they did not think we would come across them. Perhaps it was not him, and they knew that some members of our order would be coming for them, and they could sow distrust for when he is found, but I doubt that they are that concerned with us if they are bringing back gods. I have only heard the word Naya a few times. I am displeased with what, and Judah Raya kind of like taps her on the shoulder in sort of a awkward, comforting gesture, like, and she sort of shakes and says, Judah Raya believes that it might be related to something that he had just been studying. The Silver Petal Forest, to our south. It is a secluded forest at the top of a plateau, and you can see she is like kind of shaken by some of what she's heard.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty.
On the top of a plateau, it is beautiful, but deadly. It is the only place in the world where a number of long thought extinct animals can be found. Almost each of these animals an apex predator. For a long time, we have been considering attempting to find what habitats these creatures came from originally and place them there. Now I worry that there is something within the forest. Something like this Naya.
Sybil looks to her party and quickly says, if he wants to bring back Naya, doesn't he want to then maybe bring back all the old gods? And if there's another temple in there, we could get there and we could stop him.
My thoughts exactly. Or you could get there and ensure that this temple is inaccessible before they're even there. If they have awoken Naya, if they've awoken an old god, all of the stories tell of their wrath, of their tempestuous nature. I do not believe that Estefar will be the one making decisions. I'm not sure if...
Why are they so cranky?
They were utterly powerful. This is all the word of a few peoples who remember different pieces of this world's early days, but they ruled absolutely, and then we created our own gods, and they did not like that. They did not like that they now shared eternal power and eternal life with beings who had no choice but to answer to mortals.
That sounds kind of like the mural we saw. In the temple, there is a giant mural that sort of depicted Naya or her and the old gods. I think there were 3 of them in total.
Everybody but Sybil make a perception check.
I would also like to say, while these perception checks are happening, Sybil beamed when she was praised by Phoebe.
Wow, okay. Stevia and Soren, you both recognize when Sybil says the name Naya. There's like a twitch of discomfort on Phoebe's face. That would be the War of flame, then.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of fire imagery. But it showed this one kid. He was crafting like a really nice hammer or something, and so that's sort of where we think. Oh, well, I think that's probably where the arrow came from.
If that's true, then we might have the instrument that can prevent this Naya from throwing our world into a new age of chaos. So well done on
Wow,
retrieving that.
There's
It
additionally
totally.
depictions of Azorian in there.
Judariah kind of like straightens his back up very noticeably at Azorian's name.
Perhaps something in Ursamir could provide useful.
He motions with his fingers, and you see not many is all that you can kind of pick up. And Phoebe looks at him and says, "There are not many who still remember Azaran. Judariah," and she kind of like indicates towards him. His father was a priest of Azorian. Maybe there is something your people remember. And he kind of like seems to kind of consider that. I ask that you all rest. I will speak to you tomorrow with what we will do. Jurai and I have some things to discuss, and Jia Yu and I will be speaking as well. There is much to consider. Stevia, I'm sure that you've put it together, but we are currently dealing with our allies in Yorn are very afraid at the moment. Because
Yeah, I can see why.
it looks like we are facing their end of the world, so perhaps before that happens, you can threaten Naya with that thing in your hand and convince her to stop it.
Well, it's a beautiful hammer. I'll definitely do my best.
But please eat and rest. I will speak to you tomorrow. Thank you. And I'm sorry that Estefar is perhaps not who we thought he was.
My family says I need to see a therapist. Where is that?
Well, Jia Yu is our tree speaker. She's in the garden.
In the garden. Thank you.
Goodbye.
You can keep that that plant thing. That plant.
No, you take it.
Okay, I take it back.
Okay.
I have a question about the barracks. Do we each have our individual room?
You do have an individual room, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you all leave. You pass your rooms. You can step in. I can describe them if you like.
I think
I'm gonna forgo that and go to the mess hall. I want to talk to the cook, but if other people, we can handle that later.
Sybil was going to follow Stevia to the mess hall, yeah, I was assuming.
Soren's probably going to drop off stuff in his room.
Okay, so you enter your personal quarters, and I'll describe Soren's. Obviously, the personal decorations and stuff are yours, but this is what everybody's looks like. I assume that Soren has like some kickin' posters on his wall. Not really. There's no poster technology in this world.
It's just a wood carving Pearl Jam poster.
But that is a group of sailors that make jaunty tunes
They
Yeah.
go fishing for pearls. You. So basically, it is like an upside down acorn in shape, where it's sort of tall but goes up to a point and like gets thinner as it goes up. And each of you have there's like a permanent one of those little light globules that is everywhere in the rest of the Enibob. But there's one of those, and you just kind of have a curtain that you can cover it with. And then for a bed, there is a leaf of the Enibob that grows out of the wall, and it is this super, super comfortable, like, pillowy leaf that is dry, but it is, like, always very cool to the touch when you lay down. It's like the cool side of the pillow if that was a whole bed.
And it can support my weight.
It can support everybody's weight.
Yeah. Strong leaf.
It's a very strong leaf. But that is that's your room, and then the personal accoutrements, and like you can have a dresser and stuff. Like it's not it's not so Spartan that there's nothing. It's kind of the Enibob provides. That's kind of the deal with the whole thing. It really does accommodate the needs of the people who live within.
What's my room look like?
The same, but you with the differences that you all decide.
Sybil's has just a giant vanity that has like a trifold mirror, and it just has a bunch of makeup all scattered on top of it, a bunch of paper with like half-written little musical performances and ideas for performances, and clothes strewn all about her room.
I'd say Stevia's has got a bunch of various, like, kind of strange sausages hanging around, different sorts of meats and stuff, and then some dried and pickled vegetation sitting in jars, kind of hanging from the walls and stuff.
Just like a whole
around.
fucking deer hanging from a meat hook.
Well, it'd be processed, I think. She wouldn't just leave it hanging.
My room's got a bunch of vases.
Your room.
Anything in them?
Huh?
Anything in them?
Not just, water.
Okay, you all drop your things off, those of you who choose to, and then you continue through the door, and you do find yourself in the garden. But I can go ahead and say that you all decide, well, let's all go eat together before we have anything happen in the garden. And you find yourselves in the mess hall. So basically the mess hall is just a large, undecorated room. This is the most, just function over anything else room in the entire Enibob. There is the very small kitchen off to the side. And then there are 3 tables. And at the moment there are people eating at them. I will populate them in just a second, once I get your tokens. But you all enter, and there are people eating. It is sort of, I guess, it's late in the evening.
I'm going to head over to the cook and kind of see if I can get their attention.
Yeah, you lean through the little window, and you see there is a halfling chef inside. She is chopping up what look like celery, basically. Just like big-ass celery.
What's her name? I think I would have a relationship with her, I think.
Yeah, her name is Rachel.
Rachel. Yeah, it's my sister's name. Out of character. Let's see. Hey, Rachel. Psst. Hey, come over here.
Oh, hey, I just realized, okay, the next person you meet is going to be named Monica.
I was just about to fucking say it, Ben.
Rachel looks over and goes,
Wait,
oh,
have
hey,
we met a
Stevie.
Phoebe too?
Huh?
Have we met a Phoebe too?
That's the troop lead.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, luckily Monica is a more modern name than either of those, so I'm not going to use it. Rachel looks up and goes, "Oh, well, hey, Stevia. I can't come over there because I'm working. But
Well,
what do you need?"
I brought you some. Oh, sorry. I brought you some new stuff. I thought you might be interested in playing around with. I pull out the fish person meat and the turtle. Was it a turtle dragon, turtle whale?
Turtle
Meat.
Gator.
Turtle gator. Yeah. Pull out those meats and see if she strikes any
Oh,
interest.
hey, I can use that.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you could kind of like dry it out a little bit, so I can kind of shave it over, like take it with me on the road.
I
Maybe
think
smoke it.
it's pretty dry already. That's reptile meat, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and I got some fish person meat too.
That's a distinction doesn't really change for cooking. I can use it. I don't think I'll dry a little so that you can travel with it, but largely I think that would be best if I was gonna barbecue it,
Huh?
grill it slowly.
Alright.
You know.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I can wait for tomorrow, of course.
Yeah, of course. Or you got a big appetite tonight?
You know it.
All right, I'm working on tomato soup, but I also have a few servings of beef in a few different ways. It is it's Jayu's birthday, so it's a big dinner. She already ate, but I'm cooking more for everybody else.
All right. Well, I'll be over here with my buds. Yeah, I can't wait.
She leaned forward when she told you it was Jiayu's birthday. I realized that nobody quite got that, even though I got slightly louder. um, but yeah, so you go back to the table.
Yeah.
Okay. And does anybody have any conversation they've been meaning to have as a whole group before the food arrives?
Okay, so
Hey, Soren, pull up a chair.
I'm already sitting down.
Oh, sorry. Sebastian, pull up a chair.
No, I want to go talk to the chimpanzee over here. No, that's a friend's joke, right? I've never seen it.
Marcel is
It's
like
a rhesus monkey.
he's yeah.
okay, so like
Marcel's the blacksmith. We haven't met him yet.
this is crazy, right?
I mean, it matches up with the things I was taught growing up. So I mean, it's scary to me a little bit. It seems like it's kind of some big end of the world type stuff.
Right, I'm sorry. I just more so mean, I don't know. I mean, I said that we could go help with the whole God thing, but I don't know if we're strong enough to.
Well, we know she can bleed.
That's true.
And I don't know.
It's good enough for me.
Whenever I think about confronting her, and this hammer just kind of vibrates at my side, or just feels eager. I don't know. Something about it makes me more confident.
Well, all I have is this ring. I don't really know what it does.
You know, I've never been one to show initiative. And that's where I'll end that sentence.
You have to say something else. Come on.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I think that if anyone is equipped to handle a situation like this, it's the people who encountered it first.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And I think we have enough wisdom to keep ourselves safe.
Yeah. And we have each other.
Exactly.
I do think, though, maybe tomorrow I'll go see if I can get better armor.
Okay.
So are you finally going to see, was Jaya her name?
Someone's gonna pull out that bottle of wine.
Xiaoyu.
Jayu, are you going to see her?
I think I will. Only because you want me to.
Soren, you pull out the bottle of wine and you see that it is not from Dal Ryoth. You could make a history check to see why. It seems like it is Zeshan. And it's a pretty good make. Drinking is illegal in Dal Ryoth, so him having this is odd.
Oh, that's so funny.
Sybil looks a little taken aback from what Sebastian said, and she's like, oh, thanks. Yeah.
No, yeah.
It's good to talk your feelings out with somebody who's more of a third party.
Sure, of course. So, what's that booze you got there, 14-year-old?
Okay, you don't get any, but it's actually like bootleg Dal Ryoth wine given to us by a priest, which is like that kicks ass.
No, it
'cause
is.
you shouldn't have it.
It's Zeshan wine.
Session, okay. Yeah,
it
it's
is.
Session wine.
Made by Jeff Sessions.
It is 14 years old though.
Okay, well, I
Wait,
guess
I have a
won't have
question.
any.
Did you think that Soren was 14?
Is Soren not 14?
Oh my god. Sometimes I think you're making strides, and then other times you just.
Okay.
16?
How old was I when you left?
Between 7 and 13?
Okay.
Those are my go-to numbers. Wait, how old are you? 18?
I'm 19.
19, I knew that. You're 21. Sybil.
No.
24.
No.
26.
I'm not as old as you are.
Well, you kept saying no. I felt like you might have been.
I'm younger than you.
22.
1 year above that, I'm 23.
All right, well, we were never going to start guessing odds, so that's on you. That's
on me. That's on me for being born when I was.
I mean,
Fine, whatever.
Stevia, you're like 40?
Yeah, I'm like 33 or something. I don't know. I don't really keep track. It's just a number.
It's all the same when I don't appreciate older people. So what's it
To
taste
be
like?
honest, I was probably taller than you when I was 14. But
All right. I slouch. I have like a.
how bad that
Definitely
is?
I was taller
is that
than
the
you when
reason?
I was 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
cart
I think you were
busts.
born taller than me.
A cart busts out of the kitchen with Rachel pushing it.
Hey, Rachel, old friend.
I mean, really, Monica should be the cook, right?
No, Monica is a 18th century name. Rachel and Phoebe have existed for thousands of years, or hundreds of years. She pushes the cart up and's like, "Soup's on. I've got 3 types of beef. I've got a brisket. I've got a couple of steaks. Not many of those. I'm gonna let you all pick them. First. And then just a sort of a little bit of a roast. The soup is tomato, but there are chunks of carrot and potato. It's an Ado soup.
Hold up my plate and bowl and say, yes.
Alrighty, here you go. And she spoons. The ladle is very big in her halfling hands. Spoons you out a big chunk.
and then basically just says, "So you want all of them? All of the types of beef?"
Yeah, I'll take all of them. That steak right there looks like it has some pretty good marble in it, and I think that's the one I want.
She gives you a steak that is about half as big as she is, and then the brisket and roast. Alrighty, everybody else, same, different, same, different.
I'm gonna speak in halfling, and I'm gonna say, do you have anything slightly greener?
The soup has carrots, which have little green tips when they're growing.
You have anything that's greener without the redder?
Tomatoes got tips too.
Oh, tomatoes do. You didn't. I don't think you. Do you speak halfling, Stevia?
I do.
Oh
sorry.
yeah, sorry, my bad.
Because she immediately dropped into speaking halfling. I mean, there's some cabbage in the garden.
Okay, cool. I'll eat that.
Okay, well, I'm not going to cook it. I cook
No.
one thing.
No, I understand. I mean, I asked before I left. I asked about quinoa. Did you ever look into that?
I mean, I have some. It's not on the menu tonight, but
Okay.
it'll be included, and I'll make some tomorrow. We'll have
with the barbecue.
eggs, leftover brisket, and quinoa.
Some people have like a thing, like they have a thing.
I know.
Some people
I know, but
gluten allergies, things like that. Like I
right.
don't.
I would like to be cooking more, but we don't. We do have some limited resources, so it's difficult to cook different things every day for different people. So I'm sorry. Let me get you. I do have some carrots that I didn't put into it, so I can give you some of those. All right.
I'll eat some straight carrots.
I'll circle back. I mean, they have been cooked, and they have pepper and salt and little turmeric, so they're not going to be bad. It's just they're not in a soup.
No, I like them raw too. I'm fine with carrots. It's either way. Either way is good.
Other Ericksons?
I'll just have soup.
Okay. She gets out some soup and slides it to you. And Big Erickson.
What do you recommend?
Well, I'm partial to the brisket myself.
I'll take the brisket.
Alrighty. And she gets you some of that and the soup and then gives it to you. And says, alright, once I've served everybody else, I will get you your carrots, Sebastian.
I've finished my meal at this point and kind of look for seconds.
No seconds till everybody's had firsts. And she pushes her cart.
Hey, Rachel.
Yes?
I'm not trying to make anything hard. It's just like
No. Listen, Sebastian.
We work together. We work great. You know what I mean?
We do, and you know what? I am going to talk to Phoebe about possibly having nights where we don't have any meat.
Hey, I don't want my name to come up in that.
It won't.
But
no, but it's there are other. It doesn't have to be the focal point of every meal.
Meatless Monday.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, my people. We sometimes do that just because. So, no worries.
I mean, you can sneak tofu in and people won't even realize.
They
I'm just
won't.
saying.
They won't. If you cook it right, it tastes
If
just
you
the
cook
same.
it right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel like you were imposing.
No, I don't want you to ever feel like I am.
All right. Well, I don't, and I hope you don't feel like I'm being disrespectful of your dietary needs. And with that, she puts one foot up on her cart and kicks it away so that she rides up to the other table.
Well, I'm hungry.
You just ate.
Well, it's the first course.
Mm.
Sybil's just quietly eating her soup.
Do we want to crack open this wine or not?
I
Go for it.
Opposed.
I'm opening it right now.
I'll extend my mug over towards him.
Okay. So it is Zeshan wine, and Zeshan wine is some of the best in. Oh wait, no, I think I said that it was. No, wait, never mind, because this didn't come up. I don't remember which group it was that somebody got Dossero champagne. But you have this very nice wine. And it is a red, so it pairs well with the
soup and steak, I assume. I don't know anything about
Yeah,
wine.
beef and red is correct.
And like it tastes very good. It seems like it was probably very expensive. I think because wine tastes better when it's expensive.
Hey,
Now,
Hey,
is it like
I'm
a
not from
Merlot? Is it?
It's a cab.
Oh,
Just a straight up cab, huh?
It's a Cabernet. It's a Malbec. It's a Pinot Noir
Somebody has to
Malbec
watch
blend.
Sideways this weekend.
I
Yeah.
did watch.
moving in,
I
so I
love
haven't had the time to
Sideways.
send you a lot of Soren's hobbies, but Soren is a sommelier.
Yeah, Stevie is a bit of a gourmand as well. She doesn't think about it so fancily, but she's eaten so many things and like loves food so much that has a pretty sophisticated palate actually.
Yeah.
I think she has a pretty open palate too.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is a oaky, berry blended Pinot Noir Malbec mix in a way that could only exist if the winemaker had some magical ability relating to their wine.
So it's both a light-bodied and a full-bodied red.
It's this body won't quit.
Medium.
That's the only way
How
to
are-
describe it.
Medium bodies are
Howard-
an entirely different thing.
How are the tannins?
The tannins have set. They were set the moment it was opened or settled.
Now, is it sweet or dry?
It is. You know what? The funny thing is it's a wet because it's a liquid. It's a little dry.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'll read a lot about wine so that I don't get punked out.
You don't get bullied.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was good. Like
No,
real
yeah,
early
just-
on, you just kept going.
You just gotta watch Sideways.
You could have just not answered my question.
I love Sideways. I love Paul Giamatti. Half of the characters in this world just look like Paul Giamatti.
What a nightmare world.
Not at all. How dare you?
Sorry if Paul Giamatti's listening.
He does like to peruse Twitch for the.
Paul, I think you're pretty cute. All right, you got a charming bulldogish quality about you.
All right, now that we've insulted one of America's finest actors, Soren,
That's a compliment.
WNBC. It's from Howard Stern, Private Parts. Never mind. I guess you guys aren't edgy.
Soren, what were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. I wanted to ask if now that I'm thinking of it, is Stevia's mug like normal sized or Goliath sized?
I think they have Goliath-sized ones, so Stevia probably has one of those.
Because if it was normal sized, I was just gonna pour two.
I think that's fair practice for when you all aren't somewhere that accommodates Goliaths, but Stevia is not the first Goliath Thorn.
Well, you wouldn't know it by the entrance. Just squeeze my way through. Sorry.
No, dude, you need to air out your personal feelings. I think it's important. You know, Yao Ming had to buy his own restaurant to make door sizes.
I
Right
just
for him.
I just think it's a living thing, right? It grows to the size it could grow to. It could just make it a little easier for me to get in. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. It's so true.
You know, I've never thought of it that way. Do you think it's like being petty?
I don't know. I mean, if it has to, it has to. I guess it lets us live inside it. That's pretty cool. But I don't know. It's just something I've noticed.
All right, you all
It's
finish
just some
eating.
good wine.
You okay, Sybil?
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. It's just weird that Estefar's gone. Sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
You guys want to eat some cottage cheese and remember him?
I really don't.
Yeah, I
mean,
didn't
As sweet
either.
as that is, I just do not.
I kind of want to check it out with my hands. That seems kind of fun.
I don't. One time he made us run 10 kilometers and then It was like, oh, here's your dinner, and it was just a vat of cottage cheese. I never want to see it again.
Stevia, you were with us when that happened.
And you ate it all. You ate it
I
with
know.
him.
It was pretty good.
I think you were
Licking
also
it off your fingers is satisfying. That's all I gotta say.
I think you were also just really hungry. You had like this blank stare.
You had
Yeah.
a look in your eyes.
And I was sweaty, so that, like, eating with my hands, it kind of made it salty, so it was more cheesy, and I don't know, it was kind of nice.
Okay, all right.
I wasn't kidding in there. Maybe it wasn't him. I know that was
Why?
kind of thrown away in the room, but I mean, what if? No, I didn't mean by you. I mean by our leader.
No, I know, but why do you say that? Like, did you get any sort of like?
Well, I feel like what I've learned in this world is that people usually are what you think they are, and it's hard for people to just all of a sudden be something completely different. I think that we grow our expectations in people based on the actions that we witness. So that was not the person that I knew. I don't think it was the person you did. So maybe there's something bigger at work.
But I mean, the whole doppelganger thing seems a little extreme. But
No, I will say I said that and the doppelganger thing together. The first rule of doppelganger lies is that you don't say it's a lie. I was trying to create like a backstory for that thing where a bunch of people died, so it didn't land on our feet. You know what I mean?
okay, yeah,
I was lying. You know, I do that sometimes.
yeah. I mean, they were also whatever.
What?
I did write that we killed them in my report, so
Yeah, and I
Phoebe
don't.
will know that we killed them. It wasn't a doppelganger problem.
I also did mention that the guy was kind of like like a jeweler. I believe he was at least. So like he definitely has some part in destroying the Earth. I think it was cool.
I think he was a carpet salesman.
Oh, was he? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Because remember the first thing I did in that place was I jumped on a rug and said, fly! Because that's my thing. I ask rugs to fly because you never know. It's always going to be the first one you don't ask. You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm learning a lot about you.
I feel like if you looked in your heart, you knew this stuff about me.
Has it ever
True.
worked? Have you found one that can fly?
Again, I'm telling you right now, the first one I don't do it to is the one that can. Okay? No, it has not worked.
Okay.
Let's not dwell on that.
They're real. I've seen a man flying around on one before in my travels. They exist. I don't blame you.
Back to the whole Estefar thing. Could he have been manipulated? Charmed somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of spells and the like, but I mean, have you ever considered that maybe he was just playing everybody all along? Maybe he's like, that's the real him?
Maybe they just offered him a lot of cottage cheese.
And no utensils.
I think they call it cottage cheese.
Tavern cheese.
Rachel pulls up with her cart to give Stevie a seconds and overhears that. Oh, well, it was originally made in cottages. See, you have milk and you have a certain amount of it, and sometimes you have a little extra. And so, it just turned into sort of a cottage industry, sort of the same as a lot of weaving practices in different parts of the world. And she gives you a big smile and then takes her cart into the kitchen to fetch those carrots.
Thanks, Rachel.
I got my seconds though.
You did get your seconds.
All right, I'm going to town.
There were no more steaks, so you could have taken 2 pieces of roast or 2 servings of brisket.
Extra brisket, I think.
But your carrots are brought to you, and you can eat them, and there you go.
I think once everyone's done eating, Sybil is going to get up and say to Sebastian, "Do you want to go to the garden? I need to say happy birthday to... Dang it, her name. I forgot to write it down.
It's didgeridoo.
Nope, it's not. It is a real name that real people in the real world can have. Jiu.
You've never met anyone named Didgery?
I have not. Jiu.
Gia, I need to say happy birthday to her anyways.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Have I gotten the carrots?
Yeah, you got them.
Okay, I put them in my pocket.
You can
I'm not gonna
collect
follow
them.
them. I'm gonna
Pocket carrots.
I'm gonna go to the training area, but you can follow them for now.
Okay. You all enter, and Stevia walks across and back into the tree. What's very weird is that there is like cultivated, like this is like clover mixed with moss all around you. It is there for the paddocks, so that these animals can chew on some of that clover. There is a little. This is actually a dirt path with packed dirt with little stones on the side. And then this is just representative of a garden. There is more and different stuff being grown. And you see Jia Yu speaking with one of the Thorns as they together pick individual pieces.
Sybil's gonna walk along the path and then say, Gia, you!
Oh, hello, Sybil.
I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Thank you. Birthdays they're silly once you reach a certain age.
I have a question. What race is she?
She's human.
Oh, she's human? Okay.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She looks like she's about like 24.
This is not going to be good therapy.
How much wine is that? How much of that wine is left?
I think if each of you had a cup and then Stevia had a Stevia-sized cup, there's probably
That's a
about a
bottle.
serving left.
Okay.
Usually 4 glasses in a bottle. So.
Well, this
do
is
wanna-
a big bottle.
I did not have any.
Oh,
My
okay.
brother said I couldn't.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, no. It's not that you opted out. I just didn't serve you any.
I know.
There are.
You had a
two-
cup extended and everything. Didn't happen.
Love is mysterious, my brother.
There are 2 servings left.
I do want to offer her the wine. We drank some of it, but there is a little bit left. Feels bad not to get you anything.
Oh, that's all right. I don't drink often.
Well, this is something that you wouldn't drink too often. Just putting it out there.
Then I suppose I could have it. I don't have a cup here, and I wouldn't want to take the last of it. So.
I'll drop it by later. Don't worry.
All right. Yes. I am just collecting a few things. I do. Even on your birthday, you have certain duties that you have to attend to. So I've been doing that. We can finish later. And the guy was helping her kind of just trots away with a bag of vegetables.
Goodbye, Chandler.
My name's Gunther.
I was joking. Anyway,
When are we gonna get a Kramer?
We'll get the cast of Frasier next.
Sybil looks back to Sebastian. She says, my brother, not Soren, of course, Sebastian, he...
Of course.
You know
Maybe-
me, level-headed.
in the next day or two, I think he would like to come speak to you to air some of his grievances.
Oh,
I don't- Not grievances so much as just, you know.
you just need somebody to talk to?
Yeah.
Well, if you'd like, you can step in and help me collect a few bits and talk as we go.
Sure.
All right. Well, I do like to have privacy, so
Yes. Sybil waves as she walks away.
Miss Erickson, Big Erickson, if you don't mind.
I love how everyone refers to Soren as Big Erickson.
I mean, I am the big
It's
Erickson.
true. You're the tallest and the beefiest.
And so she says, "All right. So we are going to just be basically, if one of them looks like it is ready to be picked, go ahead and pick it.
Sure.
Today we are picking up a few tomatoes and some asparagus, so that will be useful. We don't have enough greens, I think.
I see.
So what is bothering you?
Oh, it starts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing this because I feel like my sister kind of wants me to. She feels like maybe I haven't resolved some of my past issues, and that might be true. I don't know. I don't feel like I start the day unhappy, but I want my family to be happy. So,
Right.
Okay.
What? All right. She stops you from picking a pure emerald green tomato.
Oh
Not that one.
man, these apples are these look great.
So that is not quite ready to be picked. We do plant them
Did say
in
you needed more greens.
different. We plant them in different cycles so that we can pick them at different times. Not being in natural light, we sort of have that option. So just please,
Sure.
Red tomatoes. Any
Red, okay,
green
red.
asparagus is fine.
Okay.
So what exactly is the nature of the problem that Sybil thinks that you have?
Well, I don't know how much you know about the history of my family, but I may have left them for a little while to go pursue school, to pursue money to send home to them. They were young, and our parents were no longer with us. And I
I'm
made the
sorry
hard.
about that.
Yeah, of course. And I made what I do consider it to be a hard choice, but where we were, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for things like money to grow for them, and I made that choice to leave. But I feel like that wasn't the right choice maybe for them.
But do you think that it was the right choice for you?
I don't know that matters, honestly.
But it does, Sebastian.
Sure.
All of you ended up here. Did you send them money?
I don't think they got any of it.
Well, but you did send it.
Yeah, I remember sending money once. Yes. Listen, I got to college and there wasn't work. I don't know if you know my set of skills, but it mostly is just stealing apples so I don't go hungry. I'm not much of a I have skills. I'm a skilled person. I have
Right.
abilities.
You are here, so you are.
Sure. Yeah.
But Sebastian,
I think I'm only here because of them though, right?
Well, no.
Nobody actually
The
needs me
Thorns
here.
don't have a habit of keeping families together just to do so. I think that you're here because you are talented. I have not seen you in action, but you would not have been permitted to join our order if you did not have some level of ability. So I don't think that you need to consider yourself lower than you are.
Mm.
But, Sebastian, I think if you feel guilt for leaving, you said that you wanted to pursue school, an education of some type. That is was undoubtedly a choice that you made because you thought that it would be good for yourself. You don't need to feel guilt over that. But I think that if you left with the cover to guard yourself that you were going to send them money, and you didn't, I think that you have to address that with your siblings if you're going to feel better about what you did.
Yeah,
And maybe
I definitely
maybe you won't,
wasn't there for them.
but you're here now. You can be here for them now.
Yeah.
Soren is a very angry young man. And
He is. He's got a lot. And
and
he's got
I
a lot in there.
am guessing that he doesn't look to you as his friendly older brother.
No, I don't think he relies on me in any way whatsoever.
Then maybe you don't try to get him to rely on you. Maybe don't be his older brother. Maybe just be his brother. You don't have to provide for them now. They are both adults, and I have seen that they are capable. So perhaps
But
instead,
I think Sybil provides for him in a way that she expects me to. And I don't know
well, but
that I can live up to that.
what Sybil needs from other people isn't their help. I don't like to tell people about what I've spoken to others about, but I think that Sybil likes to feel needed. So perhaps instead of providing for Soren, and this is just, I don't usually give people direct advice. Usually they just tell me something and I say, talk about that. But
I definitely think we have a connection.
I think so too, Sebastian. And she smiles at you very chastely. And then she says, I think that you can be a supporter of Soren without being actively supporting him, if you understand. You don't have to be providing him with relief from a hunger or thirst or cold. You can simply be a brother, a friend. And from there, perhaps he will find something in his older brother that he does need. And with Sybil, from our short conversation here, I think that you perhaps value your independence. You valued your time alone, even if you feel some guilt. Maybe make an effort to let her know that you are willing to accept her help. And that you are willing to help if you feel that that is what she wants.
So what you're saying is, don't be responsible for Soren and let Sybil be responsible for me. I think I love this idea.
Don't utterly let her be responsible for you, but let her help. She likes to.
I think you're right.
But
Huh.
was that helpful? I
think it was. I think it really was.
All right. Write down what I said and cross it off every day and try to do it every day.
No problem. I think I can do that.
All right.
Let me give a gift to you since you helped me out today. I'm going to take out 2 extinct orchids that I have.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to give them to Yeah.
I brew a number of things in my free time, so these are long gone.
Yeah.
But perhaps I can use them. If you all find anything else like this in the field, I beg that you bring it back, because I don't get out of the trees often as I used to.
Sure. No, absolutely. I actually would be interested maybe in doing like a little cooking class sometime, if that's something that you're interested in.
Certainly, and she points at a sort of circular house structure in the
edge of the garden and says, "I do my alchemy over there.
Oh, awesome.
So if you have the time, tomorrow I'll be working a bit."
I think that would be great. I would love that.
Okay. Well,
It was an absolute pleasure.
and it was a pleasure for me as well, Sebastian. Some of what you have picked is not ready to be
Not at all.
used,
No, I
so
could
we
tell.
will have
I
to.
know.
We'll have to do something with it, but we can use the seeds, so that's good.
This might be a future conversation, but sometimes I just like do things with my hands that I'm not paying attention at all with my eyes. It's
Sure.
I don't know if there's like Ritalin, or I don't know if that's like fantasy Ritalin, but yeah, it's not working.
Mostly do talk and behavioral things, so
Okay, no, I get that. Okay,
unfortunate. But thank you for trying to assist me.
yeah.
And she gives you a nice smile.
I touch her shoulder, and I walk away.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and go on our break, and when we come back, we will have the adventures of Stevia go into the fight pits with anybody who chooses to
Cool.
meet up with it.
Man, I really role played awkwardness well, didn't I? It was a role play.
All right. Well, why don't we get back? I think 6 minutes is enough, so we'll get back at
Yep.
7:40.
Cool.
7:40. Hey everybody, here at Sunken World Saga, we're dedicated to giving you the most, not professional, but the most fun stream I can do. So if you're out there watching, don't forget to like and subscribe to our Twitch. That's the verbiage that people use, you know, because people enjoy to like and to subscribe. Isn't that right? I can hear that somebody's with me. I don't know who it is. Or maybe somebody isn't with me. They just have their mic still on and got up to do something.
That's right, Ben.
Oh, hey. Find comfort at the words
I was muted, but I'm still listening.
of another. What's the Q&A? Tagged a Farm Simulator 2020. I refuse to change anything to anything. It took me a really long time to figure out how to make our stream show up as Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not changing it now.
Maybe we can do that as like a one-off episode where we just switch midway through to Farm Simulator 2020 without explanation.
And everybody, Emmy draws big floppy hats for everybody.
Yeah. We have to roleplay in Farm Simulator.
I have not had actual dinner today. I guess I should talk about... I can't really go into specifics because I don't want to go into specifics until there's a date. But hey, person watching, sometime in the near future, I'm going to be DMing something on this stream that is going to be kind of unrelated to the plot of our story, but it will feature dungeon masters from other Dungeons & Dragons live streams and podcasts, playing characters that are from the world where they DM. So, look out for that when we set a date. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr, and subscribe to us on YouTube. That's where all of our episodes but the first session can be viewed. And you can watch them in the episode, in the order that they came out, or you could watch it by team. So if you say, I like these Thorns characters that you all are playing, I'd love to watch them, you know, from the start of their adventure instead of having the recap that's getting longer and longer every episode. I'd love to just watch this happen as it happened. You can just watch the Thorns, and so, you know, I think a fun way to watch this for the first time once we
have gotten to the point where the groups have kind of met each other is to maybe be like, I'm going to watch all of Adventuring Group 1's story. Then I'll see these characters who just showed up at one point. Aw, man. Who are they? Oh, what? There's a whole playlist with them? Let me take a look.
I have a question.
Yes.
Was Jiayu, was she 24 or 42?
24? Why?
24.
Your voice made her sound a lot older, I guess.
Yeah, I have a... I fluctuated between her accent because I wanted her to be very, very posh but very casual, and at times she sounded a little American or a little French.
Mm-hmm.
So I was struggling there a bit.
Which means she's from New York.
She's from New York, yeah.
Luckily, none of those countries exist in this world, so...
No, they don't. Yeah,
matter.
they're anytime that I mess up an accent, guess what? Joke's on you. Germany doesn't exist.
That's just the way it sounds.
Yeah.
You don't know. Ben made this shit.
In this world, British people don't say chew. They say two.
I would also like to say, the way you quickly picked apart my character felt a little weird.
I mean, I did two
I'm pretty sure the
characters.
first thing I sent Emmy to get a sibling kind of dynamic was Soren is an angry young man.
Yep,
Well.
it was, I think.
So that was a pretty spot on read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I put on my therapist hat, and I was like, okay, I can quickly categorize people.
Yeah, that is 15 years of therapy that I've actually needed. So
So now you, Brian, feel a lot better.
yes,
Because,
I really do.
I mean, it is, I don't want to blow you up your spot, but Brian is a half-elf who did leave his two younger siblings behind after the death of their parents.
It's actually 3, but I look at they're twins, so I look at them as 1.
Yeah, which is very healthy.
I don't have a lot of space in my heart to occupy, so they get 1.
Love that, I find.
They also love it when you ask them questions. Hey, it's 7:40. We go to the fight pits.
To the fight pits.
Well, the training ground.
I think I would go along.
Fight pits!
Okay. If you're not there, just put yourself outside of these walls.
I'll be there.
The floor is still tree material. It's just I did this to make a distinction. So the fight pits is there, and you see Honora. She is a short, half-elven woman from the Wester Island. And she is going through some steps with a long sword. It is a sort of elegant dance that she's going through. The version of a longsword that she is using is it's like a Shuhan Jian longsword. And she is sort of going through this motion, and it has a lot of footwork involved, so she is kicking at the sand, and she is moving around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like study her for a little bit and see if there's anything that I can like pick up on and maybe incorporate in my own.
You can tell that she is a person who is probably as difficult to harm as you are in all of your armor, or in that neighborhood, but not because of any armor. She, like, you know from quick conversations that you've had with Honora, that she does not wear armor into battle. She just moves incredibly quickly. It's not exactly applicable to your style, but there are a few movements that she uses that you think, the sort of focal point of that attack is the top of the sword. So I could probably make use of that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll holler out to her. Say, hey, Honora, I notice you're kind of practicing alone there. Care for a sparring partner? I just found this new hammer I'm kind of trying to get the feel for.
Oh. I think that we could do that. Sure. Why don't we go about 10 paces apart, and then we can work it out for ourselves? I've got
Alright, sounds good.
a few potions that could patch us back up if one of us falls aside, so we'll just make sure that we're not gonna kill each other outright.
Yeah, sounds good. Otherwise, don't hold back though. Let's go full force.
Oh, I think I'd better. And she walks up to you and turns around.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to
Soren steps to the side, like, I can be a referee if you need one.
Oh, Stevia, if you would feel a little bit safer with somebody calling for me to stop, that's okay.
Just to make sure.
I mean, I
Stevia's
think we'll
tough,
be okay.
but I've seen you with the sword, and you scare me.
Oh, I'm not scary.
But she's got
Your
the
sword is
control.
scary.
She's got the control to not hurt me. I get that.
Well,
I'm not scary. I'm friendly. And she gives you a
you're friendly.
wink
Yeah,
that
it's
is maybe it's friendly.
You are friendly. I will not deny that. It's just the fact that you have a sword, and you have not lowered the sword when you gave me that friendly wink.
Oh, well, that's just
You are still in duelist position.
well, of course. I'm training. So, Stevia, are you gonna go back to back with me?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, and she takes 10 feet of movement to get there and turns around. Roll initiative, Stevia. 4. Okay, so she'll go first. And she just sort of sprints towards you and like lowers her body and kind of cycles around you so that she comes in on your side and basically just like flashes up towards you and draws the sword far away from her body and swings it in at your waist level.
Okay.
But it's only an 11 to hit.
We'll do it.
So she sort of takes that, sort of falls to her feet, and then is just going to lunge back in at you with another strike.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit.
I'll do it.
Okay. So you take 7 slashing damage initially, non-lethal, and then you take only 3 points of additional slashing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw.
16.
Okay. After she kind of slices through a bit of your side, kind of catching a weak point of your armor, she takes her blade and rams it up at your hands to try and get you to drop Batterer, but you hang on. And that is the end of her turn.
Okay. Well, pretty much gonna mirror her. She's gotten up into exactly the range I want her to be. So
Come on
yeah,
then, let's see what the new hammer can do. Okay.
24 to hit.
24 does hit.
That'll do 10 total.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna have her do that. Does this saving throw thing, does that regenerate? Do I know?
Yeah, it regenerates it.
Long rest.
Yeah, I think I'll look at my notes when we're not streaming and see what's what.
Okay.
But yeah, so your strength mod plus your level, or no, sorry, it says this can be used a number of times equal to.
It's proficiency plus strength plus 8 is what you had.
Okay, which for you becomes
16.
Okay, she has succeeded.
All right. So I get.
She just takes an additional 2 necrotic damage.
Well, I get, if she fails, it says I get the target's lost health from them, right?
She succeeded.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So she takes double necrotic damage. Okay.
Yep.
So she's 12 total.
Okay, yeah, 12 damage.
Okay, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm smiling as well. This is fun for me.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stay right up with her.
Okay. She is going to do a sort of spin to her Gian. And when she does, like, she kind of just, like, twists the point in the air, and you just see this thin line of fire go down one of the blade's edges. And she sort of whips it back, and then she's going to just sort of do a quick diagonal slash across your chest, and then do on the backhand one up. Just 2 attacks, one after the other. First one is a 14 to hit.
Nope.
Second one is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. So you take 9 slashing damage initially.
Okay.
And then 4 fire damage.
Okay.
All right then. We're both got a little magic to back us up, so that's a real delight, isn't it? And then
Yeah,
that's
looks
her-
like
that's her
your sword's about as fancy as my hammer, huh?
turn. I don't know about that. It's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, seeing her attack twice again has reminded me that I can attack twice, so I'm gonna do that.
That's why I was like, was that your turn?
23 on the first one.
23 hits.
I'll do another 10.
Okay.
Stevie was just going easy on her the very first round.
11 on the second.
And 11 does not hit. Basically, when you swing your hammer, it's like a dance move. Like, she kind of like takes a long step and lowers her body and twists away. It's like a ballet move.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. She is going to, in that dance, she sort of glides over here and is going to attack you again. This time she sort of tries to stab you in the arm, and then when she brings her blade out, she's going to try to disarm you again.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
I'll do it.
Okay. So you take 8 slashing damage, 2 fire damage, and then from the disarmament, you take 3 additional slashing damage. So that is 8 plus 2 is 10, so a total of 13. And then I need you to make a strength saving throw.
13.
Okay. You have let go of Batterer. You basically just drop it right in front of yourself.
Okay.
When you do, you feel sort of this like longing from the hammer as it leaves your grip, almost as if it's like, no, come on, we got it. That's kind of the emotional state that you get from the hammer. But you have dropped Batterer into the sand. And when you do, you see Honora look down at it, and then she takes a step back. Do you take an attack of opportunity? Punch?
Yeah, I'll try to like bash her with my shield, I guess.
Okay. Improvised weapon attack, I think. Or you know what? You have proficiency, so never mind. Just, we'll do a d6 plus strength for the damage if you hit with, proficiency plus strength, I would say.
27.
27? Yeah, that hits. So it's just a d6 plus your strength.
And
Wow. Okay. You bash her in the face for 10 damage. She is bloodied. Basically, you just draw, like, Soren, you see, like, this really long line mirroring that line of fire just, like, arches out from her nose. And some of it actually gets onto Batterer's, like, hammer head. And, like, a little bit of smoke rises off of it, but the rest of it just marks the sand. And she sort of just shakes her head and takes another step back and says, "Get your weapon back, so I can beat you fair."
well, it doesn't really seem like I need it, but alright, I guess I will.
Soren has his hands on his knees like a middle school basketball coach. Just like lean down.
And then she is going to take the rest of her movement to get back here. And it is your turn.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna close the gap.
Did you use a bonus action to retrieve your hammer?
Pick up. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what we're gonna do here. Okay. I'm gonna hit her once. 28
Okay. Yeah, you definitely hit with that.
for 15.
Okay. 15 points. She goes.
And then I'm just gonna. I kind of just want to get my leg behind her leg a little bit and kind of push in with my shield to knock her over and see if I can get her to submit. I don't know if that'd be like a strength contest or how you want to do
Yeah. So it'll be your strength against either her strength or dex. So make a athletics check.
that. Oh man,
Okay.
+8 on that too.
Basically, when you push her, she just like steps over your leg, like you know those videos where people try to trick their cat by taping stuff at the bottom of the door, and the cat just automatically steps over it. She's like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna just keep up on her. I want to be like in her inner space.
Yeah, you want to be inner space with Denise Richards. Honora basically is just going to flick up her sword and just try to stab you through the stomach, non-lethally, of course. That is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. You take minimum damage, which is 7 slashing, but you take 9 fire damage. How are you looking by now?
I'm pretty low. I mean, I've been bloodied.
Okay.
But that took me down pretty good.
Okay. And then she is going to, still with the sword in, she looks up and says, "Do you yield?"
Hell no.
All right. And then she is going to... She, like, curls her fingers around the hilt of her Jian. And she slowly lifts her other hand and places it at just the very bottom pommel on the edge of the hilt. And I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
It's not great.
Okay. You take 17 points of non-lethal fire damage as the second edge of the sword lights up with fire inside of your stomach.
That knocks me out.
Okay. And she takes back her Jian and says, "Well, the fire should have cauterized the wound. I'll go get the potion." She gets it, runs back, administers it to you, like just kind of like kneels down in the sand and pops the cork out, and says, "If you'd hit me first, if you hit me on that first little engagement twice, I'd be down. I'm on the last legs right now."
Yeah, if I just taken a bit to take a little second wind, I think I could have had you.
Yeah, you put up more of a fight than I thought you would.
Well, I guess. Thanks.
She gives you a pat. Gets up.
Well, yeah, it was actually that was a pretty fun fight. Anytime you look for a sparring partner, don't hesitate to seek me out.
I suppose that sounds fine. If either of you would like to spar with me, she says to the two Erickson boys.
No, I'm very good.
Not
Thank
right
you.
now.
No, we've already had this conversation, Honora. I will never fight you
That's
because you will kill me.
Yeah, it's smart. She gives you
You
another
absolutely will kill me.
not exactly friendly wink.
I don't. You keep doing the wink. I don't know. And Soren walks out. He leaves with his head in his hands.
Hey, Middle Erickson, that's Big Erickson's not very comfortable in his own skin.
I'm old Erickson.
Well, no, but you're You're middle in size.
That's true. I didn't know we were only size based. Okay.
No, Miss Erickson's little, but
Yes.
Little
And I'm
ish.
just right. That's it's a book I read once. Hey, good fight. That was cool.
are you talking to me or to your friend?
Both of you.
It was
So,
cool.
when I was fighting, what did the hammer feel like? Like, did
It recognized that it was a non-lethal encounter, but you could tell that there was a real like mixed feeling from the hammer because at a certain point it was like, yeah, let's win, but then it was also like, we don't need to try that hard because this isn't life or death, and this person's not trying to hurt anybody.
if I like say something to my hammer, would it respond in any way?
Who could say?
Okay, I'm gonna. Actually, I'm gonna ask Honora. I'll say, "Hey, you got a fancy weapon too. Does it give you feelings, or is it just enchanted? It's a basic enchantment."
Oh, I'm a spirit blade, so it speaks to me.
Okay, because this hammer that I got it's giving off some feelings, and I'm kind of trying to figure out
I
say, can you like talk to your weapon? Does it respond back to you, or is it all
yeah, I
from
can.
you?
This has it's got a soul inside of it, so of course I speak to it.
So it wouldn't be silly if I said something to my hammer right now. Maybe I should wait till I'm back in my room or something.
No, do you have training to be a spirit blade?
No, I've just been scrapping all my life, but this hammer seems like something special.
Well, maybe you can talk to it, but I don't know. I can only talk to spirits that are in weapons because I've taken the time to learn. So I don't know.
Could you talk to the spirit in any weapon, or just would I have to give this to you? I don't really want to do that.
I have to introduce myself, and that takes a while, so probably
Okay.
not for the best that I take that one.
Well, maybe once I get back to my room, I'll do a little experimenting.
Sure.
Well, thanks for the fight.
Yeah, thank you. That was good. I don't usually fight people your size, so
Yeah, ditto.
now I'll be quicker to challenge Goliaths out in the field.
Well, I mean, don't get too cocky. I did almost get you there.
Oh, sure, but I did get you. She gives you the same wink she gives Thorn.
I'll wink back at her, but not as suavely.
She goes back to doing dancing with that sword.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm just kind of hanging out, swinging the hammer around a little bit, just trying to get a feel for it. But other than that, I'm ready to go rest or whatever the rest of the group's gonna do.
Sebastian, are you just chilling?
Yeah, I'll go with Stevia. I mean, not like go. I'll follow out of the room.
Okay, but between that, like, do you like fire off some bolts, do some target practice, or are you just like chilling while Steve is working?
No, I did my night thing. I think yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else they want to do before they turn in for the night? I guess
Nope,
before
but
they go to their room.
Did you want to look for armor, Sybil?
Yeah, but I think I'll do that tomorrow morning. Sybil goes back to her room and puts her hair in her curlers. Yeah, that curl is fake.
Okay,
The
so
boy, flat. Here's flat.
you all go back to your respective rooms. I'm
Where
gonna
are
say
fantasy curlers made from?
whalebone.
No, that makes sense.
You all go to your respective rooms and may do whatever you like before going to bed.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna before I go to bed, I'm just gonna kind of hold my hammer and say, "Good night."
Good night.
Whoa, that's a way bigger voice than I was expecting.
I'm sorry. This is the only way that I know how to speak.
Wow, you could speak, huh? Well, I wasn't really expecting this right before bed. I was just thinking maybe some sort of feeling or something would happen, but here you are, huh?
Would you prefer that I do not speak?
No, you can speak. It seems like
It's
that would
only
clear
in
some
your-
things up.
Only in your
Quickly.
mind, by the way.
Sure, yeah. Wait, do I have to say this out loud, or can you hear my mind too? And I think hard at it.
I hear your every thought.
Oh, well, that changes things.
You should have been more active when you spoke with that priest the other day.
Wait, so you saw all the thoughts I was having about Vicar?
I did. You should have acted upon them.
Your goddamn wing hammer.
I thought you
Oh,
kinda
Winghammer.
felt a little horny at my side there. That was kind of weird.
Oh, I do not participate.
But you could, right?
I choose not to. Please do not involve me in any of your escapades in that arena.
Like,
Okay, of course not. Not without your permission, of course. But anyway, so you have a name other than Batterer, or what do I call you?
I was called Batterer when I was made, and I shall be called Batterer if it is acceptable to you.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I didn't know what I got into when I
Believe
picked
that
you up.
I had a name before I was slaughtered, but I do not recall. It has been a long time.
So you were a person or humanoid before you were a hammer?
I was. I was killed in the War of Flame.
I see.
And so I had the luck of being placed within my new form and used to avenge the death of my body.
Do you remember your death? Did you volunteer for this to be put in this hammer, or?
I did not, but I would have had I known that it was possible. I believe I am the first weapon of my kind.
Well, that is exciting, and the hammer to boot.
My death was unfortunate. I was a soldier, but I did not die in battle. And so I relish the chance to serve at your side, Lady Stevia.
Of course. How did you die, if you don't mind my asking?
We had set up places to look after children whose parents had died in the war. Naya and her mate came upon us one night. I attempted to get the rest to safety. I was a foolish boy who thought I could challenge a god and goddess as children fled behind me. I was a good soldier, but I was not good enough.
I mean, few of us are to face down a god and a goddess at the same time.
Ah,
Wouldn't feel
but
too
with
bad about that.
me at your side, Lady Stevia, perhaps you can.
Well, I mean, I'll do everything I can. This seems like we're in pretty dire straits right now, so whatever it takes, right? I mean, that seems to be the model you've lived after.
Whatever it takes, indeed.
You mentioned Naya had a mate. Could you tell me anything about them?
He was a terror. My maker and his allies knew that one of the old gods must be imprisoned They knew that it would not be he.
So, would he still be running around free, or?
He is dead. In the ground he was put. And
Whereabouts in the ground?
I do not know what your world looks like now, Stevia. My purpose was fulfilled a long time ago.
Is there ever any place with silver leaves?
No,
Anything that rings a bell south of here?
the burial places of the old gods often have different appearances, but no, his body was given to our allies in Yorn to dispose of.
I see. But the burial place of an old god, could that mess with the environment around it?
It
Could that
does.
alter things?
It shall change the earth around it. My first wielder gazed upon where we buried an old god of fire. A volcano grew there in the years after his burial.
I see. Well, this has all been very informative. How many wielders have you had? Am I a second?
You are the second.
Oh, so you've just been lying dormant for a long time, huh? Doesn't sound great.
My original wielder thought it best. Ramayan told me that I would be trapped near Naya, so that when she was released, anyone who came to try and find the nature of her prison would come across I.
Let's see. Well, my friend out there that, I mean, you've seen him, of course, Soren. He got struck by lightning recently, and now he's been kind of taken a different form when he casts these lightning abilities. Is that anything that you've ever heard of?
No!
All right, well,
Nothing
I
is
guess-
not honest.
Stevia, I do not
No, what the
observe
fuck?
much.
Sure, of course. I didn't know if that is something that maybe you had experienced in your previous war against the gods.
Many of the newer gods that were born during the time of our battles, many of them had dominion over storms.
Let's see. Well, I need to get some rest. I need to process everything you've told me here. It's good to know that you're so well spoken.
I speak
Easy to talk.
well!
That you do, my friend.
Good night, Lady Stevia. I
Good night,
shall keep vigil as you sleep.
Do you need? I mean, I have some books in here. You want me to leave you a book, or?
I cannot read. I do not have eyes.
Okay. What about a light? You need a light on, or would be?
I
The
do
dark
not
side.
experience light nor darkness. I experience only battle.
All right. You want to make you a pallet? You want a little blanket or something?
I
Pillow?
would like a blanket.
Okay. I'll put him a little spare throw blanket down or put them on the blanket.
Do you tuck him in so that the head part that you hit people with
Yeah,
is like,
of course, it's sticking out.
yeah.
And then yeah, I'll go to bed.
Okay. You all wake up the next morning.
Oh, I did want to visit Phoebe
Yeah.
just shortly.
Sure. You go to Phoebe's office. Nobody else's tokens are there. You are all behind the door. She lets you knock on the door and she says, "Yes, come in."
And I kind of open the door and I do like a small bow
She
and
dips
step
her head.
towards the table.
Hello, Soren. What is...
wanted to give you a more detailed report. I know it was a bit frantic when we came in earlier, and I pull out like journals that I've kept, more like specific details that I think Soren would have had in the time after.
Oh,
Just hand them over to her.
thank you. This will prove useful.
One thing I did want to discuss privately away from the others is Estefar.
Yes.
When we saw him with Naya, he seemed pained. I don't know if that's coercion or simply the fact that he is betraying us. But I did think it right to let you know.
Thank you. I do not know either. I never thought that he would betray us, but he had mentioned a few times that he was growing tired of our solutions. So perhaps it was pain at betrayal for taking action he thought we never would. I don't know. But part of me hopes that he is in pain because he is being coerced. As bad a friend as that might make me. She is looking over your report, and she seems to have stopped reading it at one point, and is like reading one part a few times.
Does anything seem out of the ordinary?
You injured not Naya with a spell.
She was in a lotus. We were doing some form of ritual, and I shot the lotus with a guiding bolt. Magic gifted to me from Lotus. And when she arose, she was wounded.
So perhaps if there can be magic that can seal her in some way, we can dispose of her. I can find allies of our order that can do that, maybe. Was she...
Do you think it's...
Did she seem to identify you all? Did she seem to take note of you?
She looked at me, specifically. I know she did look us all over, but it was all quite a shock.
Yes.
What I've written in my reports is just about it. I know she said something about her first experience upon awakening being pain, and she thanked me for that, weirdly enough.
I am certain that as an avatar of vengeance, it's good to wake up angry. This is helpful. Did she look at your... And she drags 3 fingers over her eye to symbolize your markings of the thorn.
I don't rightly remember if she noticed that specifically.
Good. Good. Thank you.
Would it have any bearing? Speaking as your subordinate.
I do not want her to come here. I do not want her to associate anyone who she sees and might see as a threat or a target with this place. Thank you, Soren.
Of course.
Your contribution is noted.
And Soren nods and walks out.
Okay. And
as I'm headed back to my quarters, I want to drop off the. I want to knock on Jiu's door and leave the wine outside, and then just keep walking.
Yeah. And you do so. It's the morning now. Y'all wake up.
No.
Oh, wait.
Before I go to bed, I say goodnight to my backpack.
Okay.
All right, nothing. Go to bed.
And it's the morning. You all wake up. So let's just go ahead and, if you all don't mind, just so that we don't meander for too long. So Sybil, you wanted to get armor. You know that is actually mostly done in the library. The library and the forge are connected.
I assume the forge is near where this person is.
It is through a secret door, opened with a book.
How dare you?
He is the librarian and the smith. His name is Harker.
So gonna walk up and she's gonna lean over, probably the counter that he is sitting at.
No, he's just reading a book, standing up next to his shelf, like about to put it back.
Hello. Do I know his name?
Harker.
Harker. Hello, Harker.
Oh, hi there, Sybil.
I have a question. Do you think I could get better armor?
Well, you can always get better armor. Nobody has the best armor in the world except for one person. So, you know what? Call me an idiot. You can have better armor. You can not always have better armor. I can get you better armor than what you have on. Yes. And he closes his book. And you can see he's kind of flustered.
Thank you. So I was just thinking of something that's maybe a little better. Something that I could grow into.
Sure. Oh, are you planning to get taller?
I can't get any taller.
I didn't assume. I mean,
No. I meant like I could get stronger. I could finally. That sort of. Maybe like a medium armor.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I would have some things like that. And he walks over to the books and pulls one out just a little bit, and it does a half spin, and he's like, if you want to follow me. And he just sort of walks in, and you see there are some full sets of armor and a few weapons, mostly like scimitars, spears, and arrows. That seems to be most of what he is working on in terms of weapons, but he has a lot of different types of armor. So did you have anything in mind in particular that you were really interested in?
Maybe, this might seem ridiculous, a breastplate?
I would have, and he walks over to this, like, it's like a bell cuirass. This, was made for, another thorn in another, tree. They were going to be posing as a knight in Hallandor. I made this for him. He was short. Might fit you with a few small altercations. He doesn't need it, so I could certainly do those altercations for you, Miss Erickson.
You can just call me Sybil.
Okay, Sybil. He like looks down when he says Sybil. Yeah, I can fix this for you.
Great, thank you. And what will it cost me? Because I know breastplates are a little pricier.
Oh, well, you're a valued member of the Thorns, and everybody wants you to be safe. So, 100 gold.
Sybil sighs and she says, "Are you?"
I think we could do 85.
Okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I first make an insight check to see if he is into me?
He is. You don't have to make a check.
Cool. Can I get advantage? Okay.
He's already dropped it once, I think. Just regular
Okay.
persuasion, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? 60, the 85. I just realized I was thinking of some materials, but I actually do have them, and I have them in abundance. So, it wouldn't be a problem.
Are you sure? I feel like I should pay you something.
Um, uh, 60.
I know. Sybil walks up and just gives him a kiss on the cheek.
I will get started on your armor, and I had a few things to catalog outside, but I will get it tip-top shape.
Thank you. But she also, when she gives him a kiss on the cheek, she does put 35 gold into his hand.
Thank you.
She leaves. Just entirely just leaves.
Yeah, after he said thank you, he was like scrambling to start working on the curates. Okay.
Cool.
So there was Sybil's mini adventure. Do you want to talk to Jiayu, Sebastian?
Sure.
Okay. So she is, like she said, inside of her
Alchemy.
warehouse thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, hello, Sebastian.
Hi. Oh, hey there.
Greetings. Did you want to have a quick lesson?
I would love to. Anything to spend time with you. I mean, anything to learn stuff.
Well, I'm a good teacher, so I understand
Yeah.
having an interest. So the simple principles of alchemy. The law of exchange. Something cannot be created from nothing. So when you are working, you have to consider the fact that each individual component that you are mixing together, that is ultimately going to be a part of a greater whole. Some things you will use simply to be an expression of energy. So, and she takes out a group of roots and says, to use the bits of plant that you brought me, I think that if we use these as our source of potential energy in our mixture, we might be able to make something useful. What type of concoctions would you be interested in?
Well, I don't know. I think I like. What's the right way to say this? You ever deal with things that expand the mind?
Are you referring to psychedelics?
I mean, what are you, a cop? No. Yes.
I think you know that I'm not a cop.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, something like that. Something that lets you go on a little trip through the dark spaces of your mind.
Yes. And she pulls one of the rose genus things that you have that is a expired type of, or expired, extinct. Yeah, thank you. What's expired but not for milk, like for dodo birds?
For like living things.
And she takes it and says, I think with this, you could have a bit of an offensive psychedelic.
See what you're saying? I like the sound of that.
So why don't I will make you some, and you can follow me, and seeing how you do, perhaps, time spent learning is not time wasted. So even if yours does not produce a fine concoction, we could consider it time well spent.
You gotta crawl before you walk.
Of course. And so she does take you through it. As she's doing it, what does Sebastian try to talk about? Or does he just stay silent? Either or.
No, I think I would be kind of talkative, but I think I would tell just kind of like little anecdotal things about traveling and talking about different plants that I've come across. I talk about my bird a little bit and introduce the hawk, not the raven.
Yeah, she's like listening.
Yeah.
Can you make a nature check?
Yeah, let's see if this goes well. 15.
Okay, it went okay. So when you all are done, you have 2 small vials with a sort of lilac-colored liquid inside, and they are different. So essentially, hers, if you hit a creature while this is applied to a bolt, and you'll be able to do it. You have to like do it all at once, but you can put 4 bolts dipped in this. If you hit a creature with this applied, you will have advantage on tricking them, or they will have disadvantage on discovering illusions created by you, or
Awesome.
any illusory effect. Yours, you can do it, but it can only be 2 bolts.
Okay, got it.
Well, I think we made a lot of progress. This is for a first time attempt. I think that you've done something very impressive.
Yeah, I think when you meet somebody who has a similar interest, it's fun to explore it together.
I think so too.
Well, I'll see you soon, hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Goodbye.
And then I hang up the phone. What? Didn't make sense.
I was about to say, it sounded like you just left a phone
Yeah.
call.
Is there anything else you all want to do, or?
Nope. Got my very good armor for very little.
Just when we meet back up, I'm just gonna let everybody know the conversation I had with my hammer.
I do want to kind of like have a meditation, try and contact Lotus, or just like think on Lotus
Okay.
in regards to like my newfound lightning
Okay.
abilities.
Yeah, you do, and you only glean a word. You don't like hear it or anything, but you basically, as you think, like, how do you feel about this, Lotus? Like, I have lightning powers, but it's through something else. Basically, you just get like a flash of this feeling that is like acceptable, is the feeling, sort of.
Lotus is just a very, very demanding dad.
More like a very, very demanding cousin.
Cousin,
An older
okay.
cousin at a family gathering who you really want to impress.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Stevia, you bring up the conversation you had with Batterer.
Yep. Yeah, I let everybody know, and especially the part about like dead old gods changing the environment, mentioning maybe that could be related to what we might be about to walk into if we are sent to investigate this other place Phoebe was talking about.
The one thing I'm kind of stuck on, Stevia, is the fact that you had a telepathic conversation with it.
Well, yeah, it used to be a person. I mean, you know, and now
It
it's
used to be a person.
it used to be a person, and now it's a hammer. and
I
it's
once had flesh.
It once had flesh. It wants you to know. Can they hear it?
Is
Yeah,
it
can we
talking
hear
to you
that?
right now?
They cannot hear me, Stevia.
Yeah, but he's telling me you guys can't hear me. I think it's just it's a me and a hammer thing.
Can he hear us?
I
Can you hear
can hear what happens around you, Stevia.
He can hear what happens around me. It seems. I don't know if he picks up the vibrations or how he interprets that, but
Do you think you can can you let go of the hammer? You can put it down any time, right? Like you don't need
Yeah.
the hammer, right?
no, yeah, I tucked it into its own little bed last night. We have a totally healthy relationship.
Oh yeah.
Sybil's gonna lean down to the hammer, I assume. It's probably, is it on your hip or on your back?
It's on my hip.
Oh yeah, she's gonna lean down to, she doesn't, I guess doesn't really have to lean down to Stevie's hip height. She's just gonna talk to the hammer directly and say, "Hi, I'm Sybil. Nice to meet you. Sorry you died."
Tell her that it is all right.
He says it's all right. I think he's had enough time to come to terms with it.
I found a new purpose.
He's got a new purpose now. It's
I
me.
appreciate her sympathies.
But he's glad you're thinking about him.
Ask him if he needs anything.
Do you need anything? Oil, maybe? You need to be oiled up, clean.
Like, does he need to be cleaned?
Glory!
He just wants some glory, which, that's fine with me. That's what I'm here to earn. So you think we should tell
You
Phoebe
all
about
see
this?
Judariah walks up to you all and sort of to mainly Sybil and Soren motions ready now.
Oh, are you going with us?
He shakes his head and points over his shoulder at Phoebe's office.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
I mean, if you want to tell her, I guess you can. I don't think there's anything wrong with not telling her.
Oh, alright. I mean, you guys almost thought I was crazy, so maybe I should.
Not
Keep it
you.
right. Or maybe you still do think I'm crazy. I don't know, but I know
But
what I
just
hear.
may
You're
be a
perfectly
lunatic
fine the way
we're
you
looking
are.
for. Yeah, I like you.
Thanks. I like y'all too.
All right, so you all go into Phoebe's office where Judariah he just turned right away and made his way there. So he did not hear you all discussing whether or not to tell somebody something. But you all enter. Hello. I've come to a decision. Judariah agrees, and he shall be informing some of the troop leads at other trees. I would like for you all to go to the Forest of Silver Petals. The most difficult part will be climbing the plateau. Well, that's not true. The most difficult part will be climbing the plateau and what is inside, which we only know from a few times observing from afar. We know that there are massive predators that have not been seen elsewhere for some time. Obviously, due to the nature of our order, killing them would be appreciated. If they could be reintroduced to the wild, that would be for the best. But if we are facing world's domination by a vengeful god, I believe we can excuse the loss of a few lives. Even if that means losing a few saber cats along the way. So, we will be providing you with more funds. You may take your horses, and I have something that can assist you in reaching the top of the plateau. I do not want you to keep it. I would like for it to not fall into enemy hands. And she goes over to her chest and opens it and pulls out a carpet.
Oh my god.
Sebastian.
Boo! This is a magic carpet.
Oh god.
It can fly.
Don't fuck with me right now.
I know that your soul bonds would be able to carry you each up individually, but by using this, I believe at least the 3 Ericsons would be able to ride up together. So it can fly. And she walks over and hands it to, I think, to Sebastian. When
Oh,
she
God.
sees his reaction.
I embrace it.
Biting his fist.
Congratulations.
This is the best day of my goddamn life.
Harsh, all right.
I would like it back once
Yeah.
you have discovered what lies at the heart of the forest.
Mm-hmm. Well, I heard that. What's it look like?
So it is like a. I mean, it's magic carpet.
What-
It's a rug.
What's it feel like?
Uh, it feels like I don't know, like a normal carpet you would see in a carpet store. It is like it's like a 2-inch thick, but like 6 foot wide.
2 inches thick. That's a thick rug.
Yeah, it's a magic.
Yeah.
And it's like green with a gold trim, like square along the outside, and
Those are
then
my
with
2
some
favorite colors.
designs mixing in between the middle. Like there are like those sort of diamonds where the lines sort of dip inward towards each other. That goes all across the middle of it.
What's its name?
It doesn't have a name. Simply think fly in the language that you use most often. That
But
allows
what
it to
do
fly.
you think I should name it?
It doesn't have a name, and it is mine, so no need to name it.
You're right.
It is property of the Thorns. It is to be used for missions only.
Chandler, let's go.
Yeah, I think Chandler's all right.
What would you name it, Phoebe? If you could, if you did.
I
Do
would-
you have a name for it?
I don't have a name for it. It is a thing. It doesn't require a name.
Well, Stevie's hammer can't talk.
Yeah.
And you would. Previously, I would have classified it as a thing.
Ixnay on the Ammerhay Alkantay.
Well,
What was that language? Is that giant?
Why don't you just name it Mike?
Honora
It's
Sword
like
can
something
talk.
that
Honora can
doesn't really mean anything to you, has no meaning to any of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
Honora
name
can
it
talk
Paul
all
Rudd's
kinds of
character.
weapons, and I would classify all of those as things.
You all may name it if you wish. I will allot you all 300 gold. That you may
A piece?
No, for your group for expenses. And if you speak to Xiaoyu, she will be able to give you a few potions for healing. But that is all that I can give you.
Butterfly in the sky.
I simply ask that you go to the center of the plateau. That is likely where you will find, if there is something to do with the old gods, I believe it will be found there. And keep in mind, this will be a long journey. So if you have any other preparations that you need to make in a nearby city, I would make them sooner rather than later.
So you don't think we could be walking into an old god burial ground, do you?
Baby, we're going to be flying into it.
Well, you are, I guess. I don't know. This thing's
I
been
mean,
all
you'll be
made.
using your soul bond to get to it, so
I mean,
you'll also, I guess, be flying.
I was born in mountains. I'm not too worried about how I'm gonna get up there. But
I don't know. Perhaps it is an old god burial ground, but perhaps like your hammer, perhaps there is something useful there as well. Any weapons we can gain, anything we can use to take down Naya is useful.
All right, well, let's get where we need to go and get on going.
Farewell.
I would ask before we leave just to double any watches that you do have on the off chance that anything should come to the tree.
You know, I think that I shall. Fare you well. And is there a thing that you all would like to do? Just stop by and get those potions and go, or do you have a...
I would like to pick up my armor before we leave.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Let's go
I want to
back
get
the line.
my dried meats and stuff too.
I'd like to go talk to Rachel just to see if we could get any spare rations, anything good for the trip.
Okay. Sybil, you go back, and Harker has been working, and he hasn't just like reworked it. You see, it is like super polished. And he actually added like a little bit of like fanciful stuff. Like he put towards the bottom, he put the markings that you got when you joined the Thorns.
Mm-hmm.
And like it looks good. This is a Cuirass breastplate. Looks good.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, it's just a little something that I did.
Thank you so much.
So fit her a little too well.
No, it just fits her.
Good.
Sybil hugs
That would be creepy.
Harker.
Thanks. It's nothing. It's my job, you know.
She picks it up and then gives him another kiss on the cheek before she leaves.
Oh, okay. Make a persuasion check.
No!
I'm sorry, Miss Sybil. I would like to give it to you for just the 35, but we did agree on 60, and I did use a few. I did have to use some of my material that I won't be able to get for a little bit, so if I could get the additional 25 gold.
Oh, yeah, of course. She quickly just hands it to him.
All right, thank you, and good luck on whatever you're doing. I'm sure that with you, your team is going to be very safe.
Sybil's gonna stand at the doorway, her back to him. She's gonna say, I'm gonna be gone for a long time. I hope you don't find another girl as pretty as I do in the meantime.
I won't.
Sybil rolls her eyes and she turns her head and she says, "It means whatever." And she also looks flustered before she storms away.
A few minutes later, I'd like to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You hear like furious hammering.
Ching, 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 ching. I'd like to go in there as well after Sybil.
All right. I guess I need to describe Harker. He doesn't look like this token. It's just what I used.
Okay.
He's like a young, like Shuhan farm boy type. He's cute. He's like a.
He's still wearing that mask though, right?
He does wear a domino mask.
Okay. That's a cool effect.
It's to keep the sparks out of his eyes.
Yeah.
So you go into the smithy?
Yeah. Hey, Harker. Or it's a library too, right?
Yeah. So I guess he's back in the library.
Okay. Hey, Harks. What's up, Heartbreaker?
Hi, Sebastian.
Hey, bud. I was hoping I could get some paper and ink. Maybe a journal if you have it.
Yeah, sure. Journal, paper, ink. That'll be 15 gold.
All right, sold.
I'm sorry. Actually, I forgot. We changed the rules. It's 20 gold.
Oh, I don't think that's right.
No, there's an additional 5 gold charge for the first time that you buy a new item.
Yeah, but did you hear about me?
Oh, did I hear about you? And he steps towards you and says, "Everybody knows about you, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered to stick around. So maybe we want to get
Whoa.
what gold you have."
All right, bud, chill out.
No, you chill out.
Okay, well, hold on. Most people love me.
Not some people.
All right.
Not people
You know what?
who matter.
You keep your stuff. I leave. and then I cast disguise self, and I'm Thorin, and I come back in.
Oh, hi,
Why
Soren.
would you go with Sybil? You
Hey.
would get free stuff.
Hey, Harker, shut up. I'm an angry man. Here, I want some paper and a journal and some ink.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll be 10 silver.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sold.
Okay,
Later.
see ya. I like your scar.
Thanks, bro.
I'm so sorry. Does he just hate Sebastian because Sybil
Because
was
you
mad at
hate
him?
that shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
You already know the answer.
I mean, yeah. It's just funny. I just want him to say. I just want Harker to say, "Yeah, I hate Sebastian. I just hate Sebastian." He
right.
charged him so much more.
All right.
Exponentially more.
Yeah.
You all go to the mess hall to talk to Rachel. Rachel is right here. Hey, I've got all your dried meat.
I'll take that.
Okay. And she gives you... It's like a lot. She managed to save a lot of it. Like more than you thought she would with how trepidatious she was.
Alright, well, I'm very excited to shave this over a fresh green salad.
Sounds interesting. I've got... I took the liberty of preparing a few cabbages for Sebastian.
Oh, Rachel.
You're too nice.
No,
This is the best. This is the best day.
Is Sebastian
honestly.
still disguised as Soren? Or no?
No, I dropped this
I
guy's.
thought
Yeah.
it'd be fun to have two Sorens.
One Soren is like, we gotta get going, and then the other one's like, shut up! And everybody's just like, which one's the real Soren? No, but she's just like, all I do all day is cook. That's, so, cooking's my thing. I can help you out. So I made you some cabbage.
You are a sweetheart, and I just think you're the best.
I'm fine. I'm okay. Hey, you guys, you all need anything? Soren, Sybil?
Do you got like, and I lean down just like real close. I'm like, just like real quiet. Like, do you got anything like sweet? Like, you got anything like we can just like boost morale? We're going on. We're not going to be back for a while. I just want something good, and I know
Sybil
you
just
make
sort of-
the best stuff.
I got dried
it
fish
crawls
and dried
in.
gator.
I don't need dried fish. I don't need dried gator. I need like something
Sweet roll.
sweet, something good, something good
uh,
pastry from Rachel.
Man, what did somebody steal your sweet roll?
Sybil and
No,
Stevia.
no. Sebastian, you don't fucking eat
Sybil and
Somebody
Stevia.
Rachel's
sweet roll.
pastries. They're good.
Sybil and Stevia make perception checks. Stevia, you notice that when Soren leans down, Rachel's a little flustered with Soren
Oh,
getting so close to her face.
She makes like the best cakes, the best
They're fine.
brownies,
Her
chocolate,
Danishes are
everything
so
that you'll
good.
ever
They're
get.
fine.
Danishes,
They're fine.
any kind of bread she makes,
Yeah,
top
but it's-
tier.
It's early in the morning. She's probably gonna have like eggs and bacon and I don't know, maybe some
just
French toast or
anything.
something. But
Anything, just a little bit.
I can make some. And she hurries back into the kitchen.
You really like Soren's, or I'm sorry, Soren, you really like Rachel's baked goods, huh?
They're so fucking good.
Are they
think she-
yummo?
They're yummo.
She comes back out and she says, "These are small. I didn't have time to bake because I heard that you guys were leaving, which is really soon. You only just got back." But and she holds up like this sack, and you can see that there's a bunch of different like small shapes inside. And she says, "So these are almonds." And I took some coconut shavings and sugar and coated them in chocolate.
Oh my god.
That would
Sounds
be
pretty
perfect
good.
for the road.
Oh, that's perfect. That's best. That's the best.
Oh.
And then we got some fish people jerky and some gator jerky, gator turtle
Oh.
jerky to go with
One
it.
request of you.
Yeah.
Can you just make sure that Harker eats well? You know how he can be.
Sure, he's pretty quiet. But I'll
He
try to
is?
get him to eat. Yeah, he just kind of comes in and like people talk to him and he'll answer questions, but he's pretty quiet.
He always. I mean, I guess he doesn't really form sentences.
I'll make sure he eats.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
Sure.
Soren just kind of very gingerly puts all of the sweets in his bag.
Okay.
So, thank you. Next adventure, I'll try to bring you back something new and exciting.
Okay. So you all stop by for potions. Xiaoyu opens up her alchemist workshop. You see that she's been brewing a whole bunch of stuff. She says, "Oh, hello. You all are leaving. I have a few things prepared. I have 2 potions that will heal you." And she hands those over to you. Those are just standard healing potions. Who takes them?
I think Sybil would, right?
Oh, I was gonna let Soren and Stevia take one each
I'll take one.
because they're closer. And
And I'll say I'll actually stay outside of the shack for this. I'm gonna do something outside.
Okay. And then she gives you another one and says, "And this, I made it just this morning, having heard the nature of your quest. This is a potion of, I don't know, it's an original. Let's call it Potion of the Spider Monkey. If you drink this, you will find that your hands stick to solid surfaces, and your grip strength improves. It will help you climb for about an hour, I think. Just in case. I'm sure that you all have other ways of doing things, but I thought that would be helpful."
Yeah, I'm sure we can make use of it.
All right. Well, I do wish you luck. And if Sebastian finds any interesting pieces, or any of you do feel free to bring them back to me so I can see about whipping something up.
maybe we'll find really good nuts.
Really good what?
Really good nuts, and you could make a pie.
I don't cook. Sorry. I actually have
Oh.
a nut allergy. As well,
I'm sorry, I was
so-
just thinking about Rachel's sweets. I got very distracted.
Oh, they're good.
I, in real life, got distracted. There are 2 cats at my feet.
Oh. Well, I do wish you luck.
Thank you.
All
right, and Sebastian, what were you doing outside?
So, in the time period that they're having that conversation, I'm training my hawk to kind of get like a feel for the area so that it knows to return here. so that if I want to send letters and stuff, I can send it with that.
Okay.
I'm a bird trainer.
Or, if we maybe almost die.
Wouldn't the Raven
What's
be
that?
better suited for that?
Or if we
No.
maybe almost die.
Yeah, it's true too. My raven is a familiar, not a actual bird.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And now, with all of your preparations made, we will begin our 2-week journey south when we return. In 2 weeks! Hey!
Hey.
And we're there.
I mean, yeah, it will be more like 30 minutes in game time, but no, it's going to be real time. You all are just having normal conversations.
Yeah, if we're on a flying carpet, it's going to be real fucking time because I am going to roleplay the entire 2 weeks.
I'm gonna have it.
I thought the
I'm gonna have
flight
it
was
fly
get
as
up
fast
to the
as walking.
mountain.
I
I don't think it's exactly completely travel there.
I think Sebastian is going to be
Stay
showing a different person every morning. A whole new world. Oh no, we're going to get striked. Fuck.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
No, don't you dare sing Disney's copyrighted material longer than 15 seconds.
No, my song for flying carpet is
Very
it's
used parody.
Butterfly in the Sky.
I
I can go twice as high. I just
That's
cry.
taxpayer funded, so we technically own that song.
Yeah.
Logan, do you want to sing a song based in nostalgia?
No.
Okay,
I'm
bye,
good.
bye everybody. This has been Song of World Saga. Catch us next Monday with the return of Adventuring Group 1. Bye.